Oh, my name's Fox. I'm talking to Fox and Doc Saber. Actually, there's an unboxing I gotta do at some point. But I just finished watching Mando. Well, I'm sorry, Book of Boba Fett. I'm not entirely wrong. I'm not entirely wrong because what is it? The first 3 episodes were the Book of Boba Fett. Then episode 4 and 5? Is it 4 or 5 or is it 5 and 6? It's 5 and 6, I think. 5 and 6 are suddenly The Mandalorian 2.5, season 2.5. Like, he just completely takes over. And then the last one comes back around to the Book of Boba Fett. I like this. I like this a lot for a few reasons. One, I did like kind of seeing more. One, I like seeing more Boba Fett. I'm not someone who grew up with the original Star Wars movies, but again, Boba Fett's the reason why we have the Mandalorian. So, but he's the reason why we have the Mandalorian and why, just the badass armor and stuff like that. I did like Jango Fett when I saw the prequels. I did like him. I had a toy of him once, but he was the one where his head came off and it like connected with a magnet. Lost the head. No idea where it is. But I don't know where the rest of the toy is now at this point. But let me think. I like this a lot. One, I liked the world. I like the world building with the Sand People. I like how it's kind of building on top of things where Mando had kind of started a little more, showing a little more of the Sand People on Tatooine, or the Tusken Raiders. And eventually, like we get a little more like kind of like their society and like how they kind of craft things, stuff like that. I like that, where Star Wars prior to this was more like, okay, build up the Jedi and the Sith. I don't know, maybe in the comics they follow more of the Tusken Raiders, stuff like that. This, I feel like more like, okay, we've already built up the Jedi a hell of a lot. All right, cool. Mando built up the Mandalorian. This build up a little bit more of Boba Fett, but also a bit more of, what did this one build up? This build up more of the Sand People, the Tusken Raiders, with like the people wearing black or like kind of their like methods and stuff like that. Obviously showed like how Fennec. It showed basically kind of what happened. It's kind of like in Lion King 2.5 with Timon and Pumbaa, where it's like, oh, this is what happened behind the scenes of what you didn't see. That's kind of what this is. It shows what happened prior to The Mandalorian, when Boba loses his armor, when he, trains with the Tusken Raiders, gets his staff, giving his staff a little bit more meaning to it. It introduced some new elements. There are some things I'm just like, like the cyborg people. Like, they feel like they came out of Cyberpunk, and I feel like kind of clashed a little bit with the Star Wars, like, feel of the things. Mind you, I'm not saying they're bad, I just feel like they were kind of clashing, but I then also started thinking if we were on Coruscant instead of Tatooine, if they would mesh better with everything around, and I think they probably would. I think that's more of the reason why like they feel a little off, and it's because they're doing this all on Tatooine, where it is more desert, like kind of cowboy-esque. Where if it was more on Tatooine, if it was on Tatooine, if it was on Coruscant, different story. But yeah, I kind of liked that this one was a little bit more of a mafia-esque kind of feel to it. Like it's Boba Fett trying to take over as the ruler of Tatooine, and also trying to be better than what Jabba was, even though everyone's saying like you got to be like Jabba. He's like, hell no. I like that. I will say though, my favorite episodes were the Mando episodes. Mostly because one, when Mando comes out with the dark saber swinging and cutting, I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. And also building up things like the dark saber when wielded, or like not attuned with it, it feels extremely heavy, which that did come, I think, from Rebels, but I think Mando, it shows a lot more of like the heaviness of the blade. Not to mention we might actually get actually see him become Mandalore in season 3, but that was cool. It built up a little bit more of the Jedi Temple. he showed Ahsoka and Luke being together, like not being together, but meeting, which is like hell yeah, cool. Um, I spoilers, I guess, for this. Go watch it to show I liked it, but I kind of guessed Grogu wasn't gonna join Luke. I kind of guessed that because Luke gave Luke gave here's a choice. Would you like the lightsaber or the armor? Which also I will say this I liked the spear, the Beskar spear. I love that damn thing. It sucks that it kind of got two things about that. One, it sucks that it got melted away because I kind of like the idea of like, oh yes, the Darksaber is like the sacred Excalibur of the Mandalorians, where like it's like the sacred weapon, while like the spear would be like the cursed weapon. Like, and Mando having both, I thought would be kind of cool, but he kind of melts it down. It's like, but what is it? The Forger goes, you can't have a weapon made of Beskar because that pierces Mandalorian armor and puts us all at risk. And then I remember the whistling birds are made of Beskar. I'm like, hold on a minute. I don't know, maybe those are too small or too impure to break Mandalorian armor. I don't know. But yeah, that was like, okay. But yeah, I did like this up with the Darksabers, seeing Mando kind of adapting. Because really, like, I started rewatching the Mando from season 1 again, because I kind of felt like it. And I'm watching, I'm like, you really do see him switch from, the disintegrator rifle, the Ampham pulse rifle, and his handgun to having, and his original armor to shiny. You have the silver pauldron first, and then you have the full Beskar Beskar pauldron, full Beskar armor, and now rifle's gone. He only has the handgun, but he also now has his Darksaber, and then the spear, loses the spear, and I like that. We saw Luke, which it turns out no voice lines were recorded for Luke. It was all done with computer. It generates it, and I like that. That's cool. that's a cool way of pushing the technology, and I love that. Like, there's an actor there, but they did the deep fake, which was done by a fan who then was hired as the actual one, because he's like, look, I could do this stuff better than you can, and Disney's like, okay, then we're hiring you. I like that. That was cool seeing. I don't have that like deep connection to Luke Skywalker. Maybe if I rewatch the original trilogy again, maybe I'll get something. I hold more of a liking to Anakin, Vader, and Lord Vader, and then probably Mando, and Rey. I actually do have a connection with Rey more to them than I do, and Ahsoka and stuff. But out of the three main Skywalkers of Luke, Anakin, and Rey, are kind of the main ones. I don't know. Luke, I don't know if it's because all the original fans go, oh, he's the best or whatever. Yeah, all the other ones are shit. Or I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, okay, yeah, Luke Skywalker. Mind you, I will say, watching Mandalorian, the season finale of season 2 of Mandalorian, I do like Luke more. I do like Luke more a lot more, and also I like the different colors of blue lightsaber is Anakin's, green is Luke's, yellow is Rey's. I like that. Rey needs more done with her, but at least her yellow lightsaber. But yeah, but seeing Luke and all this stuff and doing all this stuff, I'm like, all right, fine, feed. This is where I'm like, okay, you can feed the fans a lot. Again, one of my biggest issues with No Way Home was yes. Tobey Maguire going, I sense a disturbance in the Force. I'm so wise, and bullshit. I'm just like, this I like a lot more, and I also do like that. Again, this is leading into the prequels because, again, going back to what I said, that I knew Grogu wasn't going to stay with Luke because the sequels say when they're building the Jedi Temple or whatnot. Luke's first apprentice or student is not Grogu. It is Kylo Ren, a.k.a. Ben Solo. So I kind of knew, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm okay with that. And also, Ben, what is it? Like, and also I love when Grogu and Mando meet up again. Like, he immediately just gives up and gives him a hug. I'm like, ah, that's freaking. I love that. I love that a lot. Also, wait, another thing on the Luke Skywalker part, because everyone was saying like he sounds so robotic and unemotional. I'm like, that's kind of how the Jedi sounded, at least in the prequels. And mind you, they're saying, "Oh, that was bad acting." That was not bad acting. That was directing from George Lucas. If anything, now they're really bringing it all, tying it in together. So, but yeah, this season, this was fun. My like, even though I love the Mando episodes, and I really do love those Mando episodes. I feel like the Book of Boba Fett kind of immediately just got hijacked. It just got hijacked, and it's just like, I want to see more Mando now. Like, it felt more like Mandalorian 2.5 than it did the Book of Boba. And I feel like if it would, also Danny Trejo's in this, which is cool. Yeah, I feel like it should have probably focused more on Boba Fett, and then like maybe like I don't know, building up the war, and then maybe like, you know, Mando comes in like midway through the war or something like that, or like you could still have like. I feel like the Mando episode should have been moved to season 3 of it, or maybe like, you know, they call him in and everything, and like maybe some of the Mandos haven't at the very end. I don't know. I just feel like Boba Fett completely was like not in like 2 full episodes, and I'm just like, either extend the season, or I think that's probably would have fixed it if they would extend the season. I do like this episode though. It was really fun. It's funny too because in season 2 of Mandalorian, my favorite episode is the one with Ahsoka in it, and in this one, my favorite episode is the one where Mando just straight pulls out the Darksaber and starts slicing away. I like that. The robots or the oh shit droids, when they came out, I was like, oh! And then when you saw the shields, you're like, oh shiny, wow. But the ending was good. I liked when Mando and the kid got back together. They got back together again. And also even like the mechanic lady just going, that's it. You know, you're what is it? Your old man's got this. I'm like, yes, I love that. I love that. But it's just straight saying, yep, he's his dad. That's it. Again, some issues I kind of had with like when Boba Fett kind of just hired these kids with robot arms and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I can't even get that. I feel like there should be a little bit. I feel like there was like missing like one more like part of that gang that they needed. But it was still good. The one black with peppered Wookiee that I know he's in the comics. I think he at one point worked for Vader alongside 000 droid and like that the 2 murder droids. I feel like he did. I can't remember. I believe he did. Cad Bane, that was a cool one, and we also see the ending of his story. But Cad Bane was cool to see. Live action, hell yeah, he looks freaking badass. He really like in this. He really did look like, oh yeah, he's like this will be that old fashioned Western bad guy. Mind you, you can get that from the show too. But yeah, it was cool seeing that. They didn't show like how Boba got the dent on his helmet, which there's a deleted scene where it was Cad Bane who did it, but who knows if that's actually canon because it was a deleted scene. So it's probably not canon because Darth Revan appeared in deleted scene once in Clone Wars. So, but anyways, yeah, I like this though. It was cool, especially when like Boba and like Mando fight together side by side. It was freaking badass. The Rancor parts when he came in, that was freaking cool. This entire show was pretty fun. It was, honestly. I highly recommend it. I recommend it. Again, my only issues are like the cyberpunk-esque characters, but I feel like if they were in Coruscant, it wouldn't feel that off. And I think that's the reason why they felt like they were standing out to me. It's like, okay, these are city kids in like the country. And it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense. When one of the sniper girls said that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Fennec is a badass. Boba's a badass in this. Mando's obviously freaking epic. Grogu was cool. Seeing Luke and Ahsoka there, awesome. Mando's new ride. Mind you, this is not a thing that he should keep permanently, or like it should be like his like second ship, like his secondary ship, where his primary ship should be something big to be able to house him like a home, which I'm sure like he'll probably get in season 3 of Mando. Probably get like a Mandalorian ship or something. But I like that new ship, and like they're bringing a little bit more of the prequels into this, which I like. That ship looks badass. Like I want to get the Hot Wheels one when it comes out, but yeah, this was cool. I like this. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you're videos I've done, links are on my Facebook description. Tell me what you guys think. It was badass, I think, and I can't wait to see more Mando with the Darksaber next season, as well as what other new weapons he's gonna get. Because I feel like he needs another long range weapon where handgun is mid range, Darksaber is obviously close range. I also want to see him wield this because also I liked. I guess I forgot that the big heavy armored blue guy was a Vizsla, or I don't think they ever said it, but it's cool. Also, I like how he showed the heaviness of the Darksaber. But yeah, it was awesome. I like this season. I don't know if I feel like they should have a season 2, just in case, like to give more Boba Fett more spotlight in his own show. But yeah, and unless like. I know they're hinting at the Marshal coming back. I don't know what the Marshal's supposed to become, like, if he's going to his own show, or if it's going to be like, okay, no, he's going to be in the Book of Boba Fett too. I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching 2 videos I've done. Links are on my Facebook description. Videos. Hope you enjoy this, and we will. See you later.